Hello, friends, and welcome to Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. Continuing tonight, the Payoff Pitch 1976 Milwaukee Brewers season, which has turned into the most popular thing I'm doing on my channel, and who would have guessed that? The Milwaukee Brewers in 1976 were not good, but Payoff Pitch is good, and you're enjoying it, and more power to you. In the description for this video is the link to Sideline Strategies website where you can order Payoff Pitch cards. Also in the description for this video is the link to channel membership. And with channel membership, you get access to exclusive members-only videos, you get a free gift from me every month, and you get discounts in the secondary store, $10 off per set, $2 off per team. So it's a great value for you as well. Tonight's game is game 2 of a doubleheader we started just a few days ago. Our date is April 18th, 1976. The Brewers season to this point has been marred with awful weather. And so we have our first doubleheader. This is game 2 of that doubleheader tonight. The opposing pitchers are Bill Travers, the left-hander for the Brewers. He'll be opposed by right-hander Nellie Briles for Texas. And I think we are ready for tonight's starting lineups for Game 2. This is the final game of the series in Texas. After tonight's game, the Brewers fly home to begin a series with the upstart Kansas City Royals, who of course went on to win the American League Western Division in 1976. So that series will be fun as well. But first, we need to finish this one in Texas. Let's get to tonight's starting lineups. All right, for game 2 of our twin bill, for manager Alex Grammas, the visiting Brewers will go like this. Charlie Moore leads off in left field. Don Money bats second at third base. George Scott bats third at first base. Darrell Porter bats fourth. He'll catch. Henry Aaron bats fifth. He's the DH. Sixto Lezcano bats seventh. He's in sixth. He's in center. Bill Sharp bats seventh. He's in right field. Robin Yount bats eighth. He'll play short. And Pedro Garcia bats ninth. He will play second base. On the mound, it's Bill Travers. Travers in 1976 went 15-16 with a 2.81 earned run average. And you could make the argument that he was the Brewers' best pitcher in 76, although Slayton was pretty good too. The left-hander, this was his first full year in the major leagues. He comes into tonight's game with a record of 1-0 for Milwaukee. He beat the Yankees in game 2 of the season. All right, for Texas, leading off in left field, it's Lenny Randle. Batting second and center, it's Gene Clines. Batting third at first base, Jim Fregosi. Batting fourth, the shortstop, Toby Harrah. Batting fifth, right fielder Jeff Burrows. Batting sixth, DH Tom Grieve. Batting seventh, second baseman Roy Smalley. Batting eighth, third baseman Roy Howell. And batting ninth in game 2 and doing the catching is Jim Sundberg. On the mound, it's Nellie Briles. He was, in 1976, 11-9 with a 326 earned run average. He had 31 starts and 7 complete games, good for 210 innings of work. Charlie Moore steps in the batter's box, ready to start game 2 of our twin bill. And Nellie Briles has finished his warm-up tosses. When we do payoff pitch, we need a couple of D6s and a couple of D10s. And I've got my big stack of fast action cards ready to go. Here we go with Briles to Moore, and we have a defense check right off the bat. This will get to the kitchen. Oh my God, I smell gas. It's a range check. To center, Gene Clines is on the run in game 2. He is a C on the range. 1-50. Charlie's got a base hit, and he does to start the ball game. Brewers got to get a win in the second game and fly home with a better outlook on life here. Avoid the twin bill sweep. Here's Don Money. Briles, the stretch and the delivery to Money. And that's going to be hit by Don on the ground to second. Roy Smalley gloves it. Don is a 9. Briles only a 5. Smalley goes to Hara for 1. The relay to Fergosi, not in time. Money beats the rap at first. 1 on with 1 out in the top of the first for the boomer. George Scott coming up. Briles the stretch, and the pitch to Scott is strike 3 swinging. Briles got him with some cheese, and that's 2 outs. Here's Darryl Porter catching both games of the twin bill here tonight. The pitch from Briles is a ballpark check, but it's just going to be in play. Porter swings, and that's a base hit for Darryl Porter. It drops in front of left fielder Lenny Randall. Stopping at second will be Money. There's 2 on with 2 outs for Henry Aaron. Henry goes deep, and the Brewers have a lead, which they haven't had much of in this series with Texas. The pitch from Briles to Aaron is swung on, and a comebacker to Nelly. He gloves it and throws to Fergosi at first, and the side is retired. Brewers get a couple of hits. They leave 2. We go to the bottom of the first, and no score in Texas. Billy Travers going to face Randall, Kleins, and Fergosi in the Ranger first for manager Frank Lucchese. Travers kicks and deals. It's a defense check. This is an error check for Don Money. Money's error rating is a 3, 1-62. He's going to boot it, and he does. Let's see how badly he does boot it. It's a 1-base error, and Randall is aboard on the E5. All right. I'm not going to send Randall yet. Travers the stretch. The pitch declines. Is swung on by Gene and hit to center. Back a few steps is Sixto Lascano, but he's got room and puts it away for out number 1. Retreating to first is Lenny Randall. And now I'm going to send him. All right. So coming up to the plate is Jim Fergosi. A good-sized double play target. So we're going to get Lenny on the run here. The stretch by Travers. And the delivery. There goes Randall. And there is the throwdown from Porter to Robin Yount. And Randall is in safely with a stolen base. All right. Fergosi with a chance to drive in a run now. Travers the stretch, the pitch to Fergosi, and that is a fly ball to center. Lascano in a few steps. He's got room, and it drops in front of him. He misjudged it, lost it in the lights. It's going to go for a base hit for Fergosi. Let's see if Randall's going to score. He is, and it's 1-0 Texas. Lascano pounded the glove, but the ball dropped in. He lost it in the lights, and the Rangers lead 1-0. Same thing happened in Game 1. The backbreaker. Travers the stretch, and the delivery to Hara is swung on by Toby and lifted to left. Charlie Moore by the foul line is going to make the catch for out number 2. Retreating to first, Jim Fergosi, and here's Jeff Burrows. He homered in Game 1. Travers the stretch, and the delivery to him is a base hit for Jeff Burrows. This goes to left field. Stopping at second is Fergosi. There's 2 on with 2 outs, and Grieve comes to the plate. Travers the stretch checks the base runners. The delivery to Tom Grieve. He swings and hits it to left. Can of corn for Charlie Moore. He's got it for out number 3. But in the first, the Rangers get a run, an unearned run. On 2 hits, they leave 2. We go to the second with your score: Texas 1 and Milwaukee 0. Lezcano, Sharp, and Yount coming up against Briles in the second inning. Nelly Briles kicks and deals, and Lezcano pops it up. This wouldn't be a home run in a phone booth. In short left field, Toby Harrah's got it for out number 1. Here's Bill Sharp. Did not play in game 1. Briles winds and deals. Sharp swings and grounds it sharply, no pun intended, to Toby Harrah. Toby throws to Jim Fregosi for out number 2. Here's Robin Yount. Nelly Briles kicks and delivers to the Brewers shortstop. And hey, struck him out. That's Briles' second strikeout. And a 1-2-3 second inning for the Texas right-hander. We go to the bottom of 2 and your scores. The Rangers 1 and the Brewers 0. Travers will face the bottom third of the Ranger order. It's Smalley, Howell, and Sundberg in inning number 2. Travers kicks and deals. It's a ballpark result and a hanger to Smalley. Roy drills it to left and deep. Back goes Moore. Warning track. Wall, and it's gone. 2-0 Rangers on a home run by Roy Smalley. Here's Roy Howell, lefty-lefty matchup for Travers. The wind and the delivery is a ballpark result. It's a hanger to Howell. Did Roy get it? This one is slammed to second. Pedro Garcia takes the one-hopper and throws to George Scott for out number 1. Jimmy Sundberg up there now. Travers winds and deals to him. It is swung on by Sundberg and hit to third. Don Money to his left. Gloves it. Throws to George Scott for out number 2. Here's Randall. Lenny is 0 for 1. The pitch. And that's ball 4. He walks him. Well, Randall has been a thorn in Alex Grammas's side, and he's on base again. Klein's at the plate. Travers the stretch, and the delivery is swung on and drilled for a base hit by Klein's. This goes into left field. Stopping at second is Randall. There's 2 on with 2 outs now for Jim Fregosi. Travers needs to make a good pitch here. Stop the bleeding. The stretch by Travers and the delivery. Swung on by Fregosi and hit to Robin at short. He's going to go the short way to Garcia, and that's going to retire Texas in inning number 2. But they get another run. On a home run by Roy Smalley, we go to the third with your score, Texas 2 and Milwaukee 0. Garcia, Moore, and Money coming up in the Milwaukee third. Briles winds and deals to Pedro. And there's a base hit for Garcia. Might be extra bases. Down the left field line. Collected by Lenny Randall. His throw toward second. Garcia is sliding safe with a leadoff double in the third. Good start for Milwaukee. Here is Charlie Moore. The stretch by Briles and the pitch to Charlie Moore is swung on and hit to center. Can of corn for Gene Klein's, and he's got it for out number 1. Holding at second is Pedro Garcia. Don Money up there now. Briles the stretch, and the pitch to Don Money is a base hit. A base hit for the Brewer third baseman. Stopping at third is Garcia. There are runners at the Brewers at the corners with 1 out for George Scott. Be nice to see some power here at some point from somebody. Henry Aaron has the Brewers' only home run on the young season. This is game number 6. The stretch by Briles and the delivery is swung on by Scott and a base hit. The Brewers are on the board. Scoring from third is Garcia. Scott has an RBI single, and Don Money stops at second. Porter comes to the plate now. Texas lead is cut in half. It's 2-1. Briles the stretch, the pitch to Porter. It's a defense check. It's to right, and a range check for Jeff Burroughs. That cannot be good for Texas. His range is a D. It's going to fall in on a 1-58. It is caught by Burroughs. Yikes. Runners hold with 2 outs, and now Aaron comes to the plate. They need the hammer to go deep. Aaron 0 for 1. Briles the stretch, and the pitch to Aaron is another defense check. It's a range check for Burroughs. This one's got to pay off. 1-58. It's in there for a base hit. Are they going to wave money? Yes, they are. Stopping at second is Scott. The game is tied at 2. Henry Aaron with an RBI single ties the game by scoring Don Money from second base with a tying run. Now it's a ballet game, 2-2, and Lescano comes to the plate. Scott at second, Aaron at first. Briles the stretch and the delivery. Swung on by Lescano and hit to Hera. Cuts it off from going up the middle. Flips to Smalley covering at second, and the inning is over. But in the third, the Brewers get a couple of runs on 4 hits. They leave 2. We go to the bottom of 3. And we're back to even. Brewers 2, Rangers 2. Billy Travers will face Hera, Burroughs, and Grieve in the bottom of the third. Travers kicks and deals to Toby Hera. Swung on and hit to left. Over by the foul line is Charlie Moore, and he's got it for out number 1. All right, Jeff Burroughs comes up now. He singled in the first. Travers kicks and deals to the Ranger slugger. And this is going to be a base. No. Nice play, Garcia in the hole between first and second. Plants and throws to Scott, and there's 2 away. Now it's Grieve with nobody on base. Travers the stretch and the delivery to Tom Grieve, and a fly ball by Grieve is going to drive Moore back to the track in left. He's got it for out number 3. Charlie Moore getting his road work in today. We go to the fourth with your score. Milwaukee 2 and Texas 2. It's going to be Sharp, Yount, and Garcia in the Milwaukee fourth. Nelson Briles winds and deals. Swung on by Sharp and bounced to third. This is Roy Howell to his left. Plants and throws to Fregosi for out number 1. Robin Yount is 0 for 1. He's up there now. Briles kicks and deals to Yount. And Robin with a base hit. Sneaks through the infield, past Hera into left field. 1 on with 1 out for the Brewers. Well, they're going to send him. Get the guys running. All right. Catcher's arm is Sundberg. He's a 2. Oh. No, we're not going to send him. Sundberg had an unbelievable arm. All right, it's Garcia at the plate now. 1 on, 1 out. Briles the stretch. The pitch to Pedro is a ballpark check. It's a 45. It's a wheelhouse for Garcia. Did he get it? Pedro Garcia to left and deep. Back goes Randall. Warning track. Wall, and it's gone. A 2-run bomb for the Brewers' second baseman. His second extra base hit of the day. It's 4-2 Milwaukee. And they're giving him a mob scene in the dugout. All right. Well, Briles is now in trouble. Well, all right. Top of the order with Moore. Briles winds and deals. Swung on by Charlie and hit to left. Lenny Randall in a few steps, but he's got room and makes the catch for out number 2. Don Money up there now. He's 1 for 2. Briles kicks and deals. Money swings and hits it to center. Back a few steps is Gene Klein's, but he's got it for out number 3. But in the 4th, the Brewers take the lead on a 2-run home run by Pedro Garcia. Your score as we go to the bottom of the 4th is Milwaukee 4 and Texas 2. Travers will face Smalley, Howell, and Sundberg in the bottom of the 4th. Travers kicks and deals. And this is going to be a ground ball to Garcia at second. Pedro gloves it, throws to Scott, and there's 1 down. Roy Howell comes to the plate now. He's 0 for 1. The pitch from Travers is a line drive caught by George Scott. 2 down. Jim Sundberg up there now with nobody on base. Travers kicks and delivers. And this is going to be trouble. Sundberg drills it into the left center field gap. It's going to split Moore and Lescano and roll to the wall. But Jim's not too quick. He's going to stop at second with a 2-out double. Chance for the Rangers to cut into that Brewer lead if Lenny Randle can deliver a base hit here. The stretch by Travers and the pitch to Randle is swung on and tapped to third. Don Money up with it. Fires to Scott, and they just get Randle. 4 out, number 3. In the 4th, the Rangers get a hit, but no runs. They leave 1. We go to the 5th, and your score is Milwaukee 4 and Texas 2. Scott, Porter, and Aaron coming up in the Brewer 5th. Briles kicks and deals to the boomer. And this is swung on by Scott and popped up. Foul territory. Jim Sundberg off with the mask and makes the catch for out number 1. Here's Porter, 1 for 2. Briles kicks and deals to Darryl Porter. And Porter swings and hits it to second. Roy Smalley charges, gloves it, throws to Fregosi, and there's 2 away in the Ranger 5th, or in the Brewer 5th, excuse me. Here's Henry Aaron, who drove home the Brewers' 2nd run of the game in the 3rd inning with a base hit. The delivery to the hammer is swung on by Aaron and hit to center, into left center. Gene Klein's on the run and makes a nice running catch for out number 3. We are halfway through this one, and your score, Milwaukee 4 and Texas 2. Travers will face Klein's, Fregosi, and Hara in the 5th. The wind and the delivery from Bill Travers is swung on by Klein's and grounded to Yount at short. Robin throws to George Scott, and there's 1 away in the Ranger 5th. Here's Fregosi. Jim is 1 for 2. The pitch is swung on by Fregosi and a base hit. This goes to left field. Charlie Moore collects it and throws it back in. That'll bring up Hara. Toby is 0 for 2. The stretch by Travers and the delivery to Hara is swung on by Toby and a base hit. Lands in left field. Drops in front of Moore. Fregosi stops at second. The Rangers have 2 on with 1 out in the 5th, and Burrows coming to the plate. The good news is Jeff is a wonderful double play target. The Brewer infield playing for 2. Travers the stretch and the pitch to Burrows. Hey, struck him out. That works too. First strikeout for Travers, and he picked a good time for it. Brings up Tom Grieve, 2 on with 2 outs. The Ranger DH in game 2. Travers kicks and deals. This is a ballpark check, and it's trouble. It's a hanger into Grieve's wheelhouse, and Grieve left and deep. Back goes Moore, warning track, wall, and it's gone. And the Rangers now lead 5-4. Well, that takes the air out of the Brewers a little bit. 3-run bomb by Grieve, 5th run allowed by Travers. Here's Roy Smalley, the Milwaukee bullpen is going to get active. Tom Hausman is going to start to throw. All right, here we go. Smalley 1 for 2. The pitch from Travers. Swung on by Roy and hit to left. Can of corn for Charlie Moore, and he's got it for out number 3. But in the 5th, bad news for Milwaukee. 3 runs on 3 Texas hits. We go to the 6th, and Texas now has the lead again, 5-4. Nelly Briles is out for inning number 6. He's thinking he can win this game now. Lezcano, Sharp, and Yount coming up for the Brewers in the 6th. Briles kicks and deals. Swung on by Lezcano and hit to third. Howell gloves it by the third base bag and fires across the diamond for out number 1. Billy Sharp up there now. He's 0 for 2. Briles kicks and deals. Sharp swings and hits it to second. Roy Smalley gloves it. Throws to Jim Fregosi, and there's 2 away in the Brewers 6th. Briles seems to be back in a groove. He's retired 7 in a row. Robin Yount up. He's 1 for 2. Briles kicks and delivers to him. And Yount swings and hits it to third. Howell with a nice pick. Throws to Fregosi, and the side is retired in the 6th. Brewers go down 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and your score is Texas 5 and Milwaukee 4. Travers is out. He'll face Howell, Sundberg, and Randall. Hausman looks ready in the Brewer bullpen. Travers on a very short leash, I would think. Lefty-lefty matchup to start the bottom of the 6th. Here's the delivery to Howell. Swung on by Roy, and this is going to be trouble. It's going to be over the head of Sixto Lezcano and 1 hop the center field fence. Howell around first. He's going to cruise into second with a double, and that's going to do it for Bill Travers. Well, not as good an outing as his first effort against the Yankees, but he's done after 5+ innings. He gives up 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 base hits. He allows 5 runs so far, but Howell on second is his responsibility. He walked 1 and struck out 1. He allowed 2 home runs. Tom Hausman is on, and this is his debut in the 1976 season. He pitched 3 games in 76, good for 3 1/3 innings with a 5.40 earned run average, no wins, no losses. He's a right-hander, and he's on to face Jim Sundberg and try and stop the bleeding here. The Texas offense has woken up against Bill Travers. Hausman the stretch, the pitch to Sundberg is ball 4. He walked him. That's going to get more action going in the Brewer bullpen. It's Billy Champion and Tom Murphy, a couple of right-handers throwing for Milwaukee. Top of the order coming now, it's Lenny Randall. Brewers infield is going to play in at all 4 stations. The stretch by Hausman and the delivery to Randall. It's a defense check. That's going to be an error check for Robin Yount. Robin's error rating is a 2. That's an 81. And he makes the play. Now let's see if he turns it into a twin killing. Oh, they don't have to play in. They're on first and second. Never mind. We're at double play depth. Let's see if they can turn 2. Yount goes to Garcia for 1, and the relay to Scott with a long stretch by the boomer turns 2. For a soul-crushing, rally-killing 6-4-3 double play turn by the Brewers, Howell advances to third with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Gene Kleins. Hausman's a good pitch from getting out of this mess with no further damage. The windup and the delivery to Kleins is swung on by Gene and hit to third. Don Money gloves it. He throws to Scott, and the side is retired in the 6th. The Rangers get 2 on with nobody out and come away with nothing. We go to the 7th, and your score, Texas 5, Milwaukee 4. It'll be Garcia, who's done so much damage against Briles today. Then More Than Money, 9-1-2 in Alex Grammis's order coming up in the 7th. Briles winds and deals to Pedro Garcia. And it's going to be another hit for Pistol Pete. Do you believe this? Down the left field line. Lenny Randle's got to go get it. Garcia around first, heading to second, and he's got a leadoff double. 2 doubles and a homer for Pedro Garcia. He hasn't done that since T-ball. Here's Charlie Moore, 1 for 3. The Texas bullpen's going to get going. And that is going to be Jeff Turpko. No, it's not. It's going to be Mike Baksick, a right-hander. Charlie Moore up there now. The stretch by Briles, the pitch to Charlie Moore, and it's a wheelhouse. Moore hits it to right and deep. Back goes Burrows. He makes the catch near the track. Tagging at second and going to third is Garcia. And there's one away. Brewers have the tying run 90 feet away. Don Money at the plate. Briles the stretch. The infield is in for Texas. The pitch is swung on by Money. Did he get it? It is to left and deep. I think he did. Lenny Randle, warning track wall, and it's gone. A 2-run homer for Money, and the Brewers are back out in front, 6-5. Yikes. Holy Toledo, Briles is gassed, and that's going to do it. Here comes Frank Lucchese. He wants the baseball, and he wants it right now. All right, so after 6 1/3 innings, you can stick a fork in Nelly Briles. He is done. He gave up 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 base hits. 2 of them were bombs, and where has that power been all year? No walks. He struck out 2 and allowed 6 runs. I believe they're all earned. Yes, they are. He's on the hook for the loss unless the Rangers can rally. Baksick, 3-2 with a 4.25 earned run average. He's a right-hander, and he's on to face the boomer, George Scott, as the Brewers are looking for more with 1 out here in the 7th. Baksick winds and deals. This is swung on by Scott and hit to right. Back a few steps is Burrows, but he's got room and makes the catch for out number 1. Porter up there now. He's 1 for 3. There's 2 outs. Baksick winds and deals to him, and he walks Darrell. A 2-out walk brings up the hammer. Henry Aaron 1 for 3 today. Baksick the stretch. Checks Porter at first. The delivery is swung on by Aaron. Did he get it? Did he get it to left and deep? Back goes Randle, and the Brewers have their 3rd home run of the day. A 2-run bomb by Aaron. Home run number 747 on his career, and it is now 8-5 Brewers. Yikes. Lescano comes up. Baksick leaking oil all over the mound. Lescano's 0 for 3. Baksick deals. Swung on by Sixto and popped up. Roy Smalley in short center is calling and taking for out number 3. But in the 7th, the Brewers get a 4 spot on 3 hits, all of them for extra bases. It's time to stretch them out in Arlington, with the Brewers now leading 8-5. Tom Hausman could pick up a victory here today. He's got Fregosi, Hara, and Burrows coming up in the 7th. Hausman kicks and deals. It's a defense check. It's a range check for Don Money. His range is a C, 51-99. He makes this play, And he picks it and throws to George Scott for out number 1. Good start to the 7th for Milwaukee. They need a shutdown inning out of Tom Hausman. Here's Toby Harrah, 1 for 3. The pitch. Toby swings, hits it to left, into the gap. On the run is Moore. He's got it for out number 2. Nice running catch by Charlie. And Jeff Burroughs comes to the plate, thankfully with nobody on base. Hausman kicks and deals. Burroughs swings and lines a base hit. This goes to left field. Moore collects it and throws it back in. A 2-out single for Texas brings up Tom Grieve. They're going to let him bat against the right-hander. The wind by Hausman and the stretch by Hausman and the delivery is swung on by Grieve and hit to right. Dying Quail. Here comes Bill Sharp. He's got it for out number 3. The Rangers get a hit, but they're turned away in the 7th. We go to the 8th with your score. Brewers 8 and the Rangers 5. We go to the 8th. The Brewers have a 3-run lead and 6 outs to get. But first, they're up. And we have a new Ranger pitcher. Baksick is done after 2/3 of an inning. Jeff Turpko is on. He's a right-hander. 32 games, 52 innings. He was 3-3 with a .239 earned run average, and he's on to face the bottom third of Alex Grammas's order. It's Sharp, Yount, and Garcia in the Brewer 8. They're looking for insurance, or as they say in Central Illinois, insurance. The pitch to Sharp, who's 0 for 3. Turpko struck him out. He made him look bad on that one. It was a bender, and there's 1 gone in the Brewer 8th. Warming up in the Brewer bullpen is Eduardo Rodriguez. All right, Robin Yount up there now. He's 1 for 3. The pitch from Turpko is swung on by Robin and hit to third. This is Howell. He charges, throws, and they get Robin by a step at first. Pedro Garcia comes up, the star of the game so far. 2 doubles and a home run for Pedro. The wind and the delivery by Turpko is swung on by Pedro, and he struck him out. He got him with the cheese, and that'll retire the Brewers 1-2-3 in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th with your score, Milwaukee 8 and Texas 5. Hausman is done after 2 innings of work. He's in line for the win if the Brewers can hold on. Eduardo Rodriguez is on. 32 relief appearances for Eduardo in 1976. He was 5-13 with a .364 earned run average and 8 saves. He also had 12 starts and 3 complete games. So he was doing a little bit of everything in 76. He'll face Smalley, Howell, and Sundberg, the bottom of the Ranger order in the 8th. The wind and the delivery by Eduardo Rodriguez, and he struck out Smalley. 1 down. Brewers are smelling their 3rd win of the season, evening their record at 3-3 if they can hang on. 5 outs to get. Here's Roy Howell, 1 for 3. The pitch to Roy. Swung on by Howell and bounced to Garcia at second. Pedro throws to George Scott, and there's 2 away in the Ranger 8th. Jim Sundberg is up now. I'd hit for him, but he's 1 for 2 with a walk, so he's batting. Rodriguez winds and deals to Sundberg. He swings and hits it to right. Dying Quail. Here comes Bill Sharp. He's got it for out number 3. And the Rangers are going to have to get it done in the 9th if it's going to happen today. Coming out for his 2nd inning of work is Jeff Turpko, and he's going to face Moore, Money, and Scott, the top of the Brewer order. 8-5 Milwaukee. We're in the 9th inning. All right, Charlie's 1 for 4. He's up there against Turpko. The wind and the delivery by Jeff Turpko is swung on and hit to center. Gene Kleins is there, and he's got it for out number 1. Don Money is 2 for 4. He's up there now. hit a bomb in the 7th. The pitch swung on by Money. Hit to first. This is for Garcia. He's going to take it to the bag unassisted for out number 2. George Scott is 1 for 4. He's up there now. Porter would be next. The pitch from Turpco is swung on by Scott and hit to short. Doubleheader gobbles it up and fires to Fergosi for out number 3. We're going to the bottom of the 9th with your score, Milwaukee 8 and Texas 5. Eduardo Rodriguez out to get the final 3 outs. 8-5 Milwaukee. Randall is up there now. He's 0 for 3. He'll be followed by Kleins and then Fergosi. The pitch to Randall from Eduardo Rodriguez. He walked him. That's not what you want to do to start the 9th inning. Immediately, Brewer bullpen gets to work. That'll be Bill Castro and Tom Murphy. Couple of right-handers, no lefties in the Brewer bullpen. Gene Klein's up 1 for 4. Rodriguez the stretch. And the pitch to Gene Klein's is a ballpark check. And did he get it? It's a hanger to Klein's to left and deep. Back goes Charlie Moore. He crashes into the left field wall and makes the catch. Randall was already around second base. Moore gets up and fires toward the infield. Lenny's going to be safe. Back at first base, a potential game-saving catch by Charlie Moore, banging into the left field fence. All right, 1 down in the 9th. Now it's going to be Hargrove to hit for Fergosi. Left-handed batting Mike Hargrove. Doubleheader on deck. Randall at first, 1 man out. Rodriguez the stretch and the pitch. Swung on by Hargrove. This one goes to left. Dying Quail. Here comes Moore one more time. Makes a great catch for out number 2. Yikes. Doubleheader comes to the plate as the last chance saloon for Texas today. Jeff Burrows would be next. He would be the tying run if Hara can reach. Rodriguez the stretch checks Randall at first, the delivery. Swung on by Toby. This is to Money at third. He's going to go the short way to Garcia at second, and the Brewers win Game 2 of the Twin Bill by a score of 8-5. Let's give you the totals on this one. It's going to be a happy flight home from Milwaukee this after a doubleheader split here in Texas. For the visiting and victorious Brewers, 8 runs. 11 base hits, and they made them count. And they committed 1 error. The Rangers, 5 runs. 10 base hits, and they committed no errors. The winning pitcher is Tom Houseman. He is 1-0 on the young season. He got a win in his first appearance for Milwaukee in '76. He's not going to be around much longer. Don't ask me how I know that. I just do. Eduardo Rodriguez picks up save number 1 for himself in this one by going 2 innings and walking a man and striking out a man. That's it. And by scaring the bejeebers out of Brewer fans everywhere. All right. So, now, Milwaukee packs it up, gets on the plane, and flies home to take on the Kansas City Royals for 2, and then the California Angels come to town. So, 2 against the Royals, 2 against the Angels. Hope you'll join me for now from Arlington, Texas. The Brewers win Game 2 of the doubleheader by a score of 8-5. Have a wonderful evening. So long, everybody.